evenly matched are these two men?
Oh! It's Junior Barbosa! Oh!
Holy crap, man.
Oh!
What up, YoBroKO fam? Dana D, Hunter Lu. Y'all already know what it is. Yeah, man, pretty much in this video, it's going to be like a podcasty feel video. We're going to be talking about some points we wanted to talk about on camera with you guys. And then we're going to be talking about, you know, stuff that's going on in the MMA world. Hunter Lu has some questions he prepared for me that I'm going to, you know, that he wants me to answer for you guys. I prepared some questions for him. We're going to go through, do it just like that. And there's not going to be no cuts, no edits, no none of that. It's just going to be natural and organic. So, yeah, I guess to get this started, Hunter Lu pulling up from the OG. The OGs will know where he's at right now. He's got the Puerto Rican flag up. That's where it all started, man. If you guys don't know, man, Hunter Lu is in the room where YoBroKO started. That's where we started off all of the
My bedroom.
Oh yeah, exactly. We started him off in Hunter Lu's bedroom. That's where we started it off. I moved into my spot. Now we got the setup here. But hey, either way, super close to my heart seeing that Puerto Rican flag in the background. But yeah, man, super excited to get this going. To start this off, before we get it going, I just want to show you guys we currently have a challenge going on for you guys. We have a challenge going on for you guys, the Matchmaker Challenge. Obviously here, I'll just, you know, kind of read it for you guys. If you guys haven't seen it, make sure you go follow our all of our social medias. If it's not under YoBroKO, it's under YoBroKO UFC. As you can see, the X is under YoBroKO UFC. But yeah, for the Matchmaker Challenge, we're pretty much giving you guys a chance to create a main and a co-main event for, you know, a card that you're gonna see in the future. So the rules are the fights must make sense in the universe mode. Obviously, I'm not gonna be, you know, too stingy when it comes to, you know, making sure you guys know exactly what's going on in the universe mode, because I know a lot of you guys are probably gonna be new. But yeah, I mean, we're not gonna be having no, you know, they're gonna have to be in the same weight class. And you know, I posted here the rankings, so you guys can kind of, you know, make whatever you want out of that. But there has to be one female, either in the co-main or main, and there has to be one male fight. So those are pretty much your rules. If you don't follow us, make sure you follow us. I didn't put that as a rule, but you know, it would help if you followed. It would help if you followed. But yeah. So as you see here,
Taking more into consideration if you're a follower.
yeah, true, exactly. And the person with the most likes on their comment, obviously you see their matches will be headlined in a future YoBroKO streamed event. I put down the rankings here, so you guys can just check that out whenever you have a chance. The challenge ends on Wednesday, March 20th, and the winning comment is going to be announced live during the stream for the universe mode. So yeah, man, that's going to be super excited. If you guys don't know, twitch.tv YoBroKO every Wednesday and every Saturday besides today. But it's gonna be super fun. It's gonna be super fun to see how many of you guys, you know, participate. I'm very interested to, you know, keep continuing to grow this community that we have here. I really think we can be something big, and we can be, you know, a heavy hitter, a heavy lifter in this MMA community. You know, me and Hunter Lu, we bring the energy, we bring the you know, we want to keep, you know, putting out this good content for you guys. And honestly, so far, all of the people that, you know, have been tuning in, and all of the people that have shown love, they've been people that, you know, are, you know, good people to have in the community. So I just think if we keep moving forward with this, I think we'll be something big. And there's no telling where YoBroKO will be in the future. But yeah, Lou, I broke down the Matchmaker Challenge. What do you think about that, Lou? What do you think about the Matchmaker Challenge? What are you kind of expecting, and how do you feel?
I think it's a good way to get, you know, the people who are interested to see what we do involved. It's very smart, and I'm not expecting nothing less of McGregor guys just giving crazy fights and huge crazy fights. To be honest, that's all I'm really expecting. I mean, maybe we get a super clever fight that's completely unexpected, but for the most part, I'm expecting these big pay-per-view draws like Nate Diaz. I don't know. Just huge megastar fights. That's what I'm really
Yeah,
expecting.
true, and honestly, I mean, I don't know about you, but if this ends up going good, we get some good traction on it. People are participating. People like it. They want to do it. Then I don't see why we can't make it like a thing that we involve our community with. Obviously, if you guys are following us, along the universe mode, the history, the timeline of the universe mode, then you guys, are gonna have an idea. And I think, at least for me, if I was in a community like this and I seen people, participating in these events, having these matchups, matchmaking, things like that, I think I would wanna, I would feel good to see my fights, being put on. You know what I mean? So, I mean, I think it's gonna be super fun. I think there's gonna be a lot of clever fight picks, and I also think there's gonna be a lot of, as you said, crazy draw fights and things like that. Which is why I put the one female and the one male to try to keep it a little balanced.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's pretty much why I did that. But I guess Lou, you can start. I mean, you can start. You can take the floor. You can start me off with whatever question you have, and then we'll just go back and forth. You'll ask me a question. I'll ask you a question, and then so on and so forth.
Well, I'll be honest, I don't really have questions, but I have some topics that I just wanted to shed some light on.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
That's really been going on in MMA world right now. And I guess to start things off, what do you think about Islam's call out? What do you
Who
think should be next for him? And do you think that Poirier is the right fight to call out at the current moment?
Honestly, man, when I think about that lightweight division, you know, although I'm super excited for that Gaethje versus Max fight, I don't really think that fight was the fight that made sense for the division. I think if once Gaethje, as Makachev pointed out, he's coming off of two big wins, two knockout wins, right? If I'm not mistaken, two knockout wins. Gains the BMF champ. I think now is the time to make that fight with Islam. He hasn't fought him yet. You know what I mean? So I think that fight right there would have made sense for the lightweight division. But, and then we take a look on the other hand. We look at Max. Max had a perfect opportunity now as we see Ilia Topuria finishing, Volkanovski. He had a perfect chance to fight Ilia Topuria in Spain. You know what I mean? So, I mean, very, very weird, in my opinion, matchmaking in terms of that. But yeah, the UFC always does a freaking amazing job of matchmaking, of having an idea of what's gonna happen next in these divisions, in these different situations. So I mean, I'm not mad. I mean, Poirier's a great fighter. Obviously, I'm a huge Dustin Poirier fan. So for him to get the title shot next, I mean, I guess I don't, I'm not mad about it, but I just don't think with the Max versus Gaethje fight, I don't think that was the best possible situation for either the featherweight or the lightweight division. So
Very well. Fair enough.
I'm interested to hear what you think about that.
I'll be honest. I think it's the smartest thing for Islam. I mean, I heard him do an interview yesterday, actually, maybe the day before. But he just wants to fight, man. He just wants to fight. And I mean, considering the fact that I will say this, start things off. I think Gaethje, it's quite considering he's been talking about how he wants to be an undisputed champion. He at the tail end of his career. I don't think it's so smart that he's making this next move for another BMF title fight. I give him respect and props because he's gonna get paid. You know what I mean? He's gonna get paid. And I think it's sort of a lose-lose scenario for him, if I'm being quite honest, because as soon as that fight with Max got announced, and don't get me wrong, Max is an absolute stud of an athlete, but as soon as that fight got announced, the last time Max was at lightweight, Poirier touched him up bad. And what Gaethje just did, the Poirier people are expecting Gaethje to just absolutely car crash Max in a way that he's never been done before. And while I did mention it is smart because they're gonna get paid, I just don't really understand it from Gaethje's perspective, considering he's been talking about how he wants to become a undisputed champion and all that, and he's gonna be 30, probably 35, 36 maybe. And I've got to be honest, man, for Islam, I think it's the smartest thing, considering he wants to fight. It'd be a smart step for him, considering as well that Habib has fought Poirier, and just to finish that off, I think I also think it's quite unintelligent for Gaethje to take that next step as that BMF title fight because we all know that's going to be a war. And then you got Oliveira and Sarukian who are just looking in from the outside, who are really right there for that next shot. And we all know Sarukian doesn't get a lot of love, but if he makes a statement at 300 against Oliveira, it'd be quite hard to deny him next, considering he was Islam's toughest challenge at lightweight, aside from Volk.
100%. That Charles Oliveira fight is either gonna make Sarukian or break Sarukian. And honestly, the way Sarukian has been looking up until this point, I mean, he looks like a guy that could finish Charles Oliveira. Obviously, you said great wrestling. And honestly, he's a super strong guy, young guy, a lot of power. We've seen what he just did to Beneil Dariush. So I mean, it's gonna be very, very interesting to see how that lightweight division plays out, how that featherweight division plays out. And I'm interested to see what Ilia Topuria has next. Not that has anything to do with Islam and the topic you brought up, but I'm super interested to see how what happens with that featherweight. Do they give Volkanovski another fight? I know Topuria wants to fight. He wants to fight a little sooner in Spain. So we're gonna see, man. I mean, it's as I mentioned before, the UFC always has a pretty good idea, timeline wise with what they're gonna do with specific fights. And they're great with the matchmaking. Hunter, Dana, Sean Shelby, all them guys. Shout out to you guys for putting on amazing fights. But I'll move right into my next topic that I wanted to cover with Lou. I want to know what you think about since we were talking about that 300 card, and we just seen this 299 card. What do you think about all these numbered cards like as I mentioned, 299, 300. What do you think about those cards compared to, like these fight night cards that we're getting? Today we got Tuivasa versus Tabora. It's kind of an underwhelming card in my opinion. We've seen times where, there's been fight cards that could easily have or stack up to easily, be contenders for, numbered cards. But yeah, I'm interested to see what you have to say in terms of that, because yeah, man, I feel like the fight night cards that we've gotten for a while now have or at least now are starting to get a little watered down and kind of underwhelming.
Yeah, I will say this. I'm a fight fan, man, and I think that the MMA community, has gotten used to being quite spoiled, man. Dana, the guys in the war room, they work really hard to make these fights, and I don't think people acknowledge the fact enough that on some of these fight nights, stars are born.
Yeah.
Some of the knockouts that are happening, and I mean, these are fights. Don't get me wrong, not everybody's showing up to put on wars, but there's guys that are kicking off like a fight night like tonight, the first fight at 4 p.m. Eastern. People, they're giving their lives for that, man, and they have my utmost respect for going out there and showing up, making weight, doing what they gotta do. So as a fight fan, I appreciate watching those cards. I get to learn about people I never knew about. So if I see them in the future and a star is born on that night, I'll know something about them and I'll get interested in them. I'll get invested in them. And at the end of the day, pay-per-views are pay-per-views for a reason. So you can't try to equivalize. I think that's the word. You can't try to match up a fight night card that's on ESPN Plus, maybe not even, and then a pay-per-view, especially one like 300. Like some people, it's 300 season, and the way that 298, 290, I mean even 297, that was an awesome main event. It was kind of a dry spell, but we saw some great fights. 298 to 300 is absolutely loaded. And then, we're getting some stars that are showing out on fight nights. And don't get me wrong, it just goes back to my point. Stars are born on some of these fight nights. And I think most of the MMA community has gotten used to being spoiled with these huge fights instead of understanding the beauty behind the art of mixed martial arts. And for me, that's my biggest thing. I love watching fights. When people go to war, I take a lot from them. I learn a lot from them as a fight fan. So I see beauty in it. I see beauty in it and seeing these people that I don't know about. And, just to finish, they're in the UFC for a reason. You know what I mean? Dana didn't sign these people just because, I mean, Robelli's had 4 wins, but that dude's a freak of nature. And that's how I feel about it, man.
Yeah.
I think that people aren't as appreciative as they should be.
Yeah, I mean that's you pretty much hit the nail on the head with that. I mean it's it's hard. It's sometimes and as you said, Lou. I mean definitely the UFC has spoiled us over these last few numbered events because I mean top to bottom these events as you said have been freaking stacked. So
Mhm.
I feel like and also another thing to point out, the UFC has over 700 fighters. Over 700 fighters. I mean, guys like Ilia Topuria, featherweight champ of the world, had to start off on a fight night card. Guys like everybody that is pretty much a new up and coming guy that's not a savvy veteran in the UFC right now has probably started off in a fight night. So I think that's something the great point for you, Lou. And honestly, when you mention Robelli's. I know we said we're going to go 1 for 1, but you pretty much segued me perfectly. I want to ask you, in UFC 5, since we are streamers, we do stream UFC 5, we have the universe mode, what are 3 fighters that you want to see the most in UFC 5 right now as we speak? I'm going to start off because you said one of them that I want in the game. I want Robelli's in the game. Dude's a monster, 6'7". Freaking however much pounds he weighed in at on fight night the other day. So I'll say I want Robelli's in there, I want Brendan Allen, and I want Kayla Harrison just to spice up the women's divisions that we have there going on in UFC 5. The women's divisions are super underwhelming. So just to spice up the women's division, I say Kayla Harrison.
Well, man, this is a tough question, man. But I think to start it off, oh, gosh, this is so hard. To keep it at 3, just out of respect, I would like to see Manel Kopp. That'd be pretty awesome. It'd be pretty cool. Get that featherweight division or flyweight division a bit more stacked. As well as Umar Nurmagomedov in the bantamweight division. It's my guy. And I mean, while there's a lot of women that I would like to see, it's unanimously got to be Tabitha Ritchie. I mean, she's got a. I would love to just see how the different color shorts look on her. Tabitha Ritchie, that is King Callum Walsh's girlfriend. I just found out. Congratulations on your knockout last night, champ. You want to invite me to a fight ringside to sit with next to Ritchie? I'd love that. But yeah, Tabitha Ritchie.
Baby Shark. Yeah, I mean,
Yes, sir.
awesome. I mean, I did the freaking, what's his name? Jacare Souza. But yeah, I mean, those are great picks, man.
Honorable mention, MVP.
Oh, MVP, and also, although he just got, put to sleep by DP, Benoit Saint Denis would be an awesome addition to UFC 5. Yeah,
Such
man.
a tough question.
Super. It's super tough in the moment, but before this, me and Hunter Lu were like, all right, do we tell each other what we're gonna talk about before we talk about it, or do we just have it natural and
Good
organic?
one.
Obviously, as you guys can see, it's been natural and organic so far. But yeah, Lou, the floor is yours. What's the next thing you wanna talk about today in UFC?
Well, while we're still on the topic, we need to add Francis Ngannou.
Yeah, right. They're not gonna add his ass.
What I would like to bring up next is some news broke out yesterday. I'm sure you probably heard it, but on UFC 301 we were getting Steve Erceg versus Alessandro Pantoja, the number 10 ranked flyweight in the world, getting a championship shot after 2 fights in the UFC, representing the land down under, Australia.
Wow, that's the dude with the pointy nose, right? He's got like a weird nose.
He had a nasty knockout on a fight night.
He honestly he came in. He fought a guy on short notice. The first time I seen him fight, I think it was you said he fought twice so far, right? In the first fight that he fought in the UFC, I believe he fought on short notice, and he ended up knocking the dude out. I was like, damn. Now to see that he has another knockout and now he's getting a shot. I mean, honestly, it's great. The flyweight division right now is kind of in a funny spot because we have Cop taking on what's this dude's name?
His
We have
rematch with Nicolau got rebooked.
yes, Nikolov, and so that I think that's gonna kind of have a number one contender written on it, but you know, we've seen Royval just beat Moreno. We've seen
Kaev's in that division as well.
Cara France. So I mean it's gonna be that it's in a fun spot. They have a lot of killers in that division right now. The flyweight division has come a long way since the times of Demetrius Johnson and all of that dominance that he went through. But yeah, I mean that's very interesting. I mean, as you said, Lou starts off on a fight night card, has 2 fights, big performances. And then he comes out and now a title opportunity comes to fruition, and he has a chance to be at the top of the world in terms of that flyweight division in the UFC, man. That's the biggest stage, and honestly, hats off to Steve Ehrlich or whatever the heck.
Ursek.
Steve Ursek, and yeah, man. Hopefully, we get potentially another Aussie champ. That would be definitely an upset. If he's ranked number 10, but hey, we'll see. Of course. I guess that pretty much sums up what I really wanted to talk about. I didn't have much. Obviously, guys, we plan to have a gameplay video out for you guys, but the video is literally I finished editing some of it, or like almost most of it, and literally it's almost an hour long, so it's gonna have to have a part 1 and a part 2. We're definitely gonna have that out for you guys because it's a great freaking video. We have some great clips in there, and we have some funny moments. But yeah, that definitely is gonna be out. Obviously, that was the plan to release for today. But it's all good. We adapt. We come through, and we make the changes for you guys. And yeah, we're here today. Lou, was there anything else you wanted to talk about in terms of UFC?
Yes, 2 things. What is next for the middleweight champion of the world, Dricus du Plessis? You saw he made some headlines, mentioning Israel and Sean Strickland. We all know he had a very close fight with Sean Strickland. And, of course, him versus Izzy is a dream fight in Africa. So I want to hear what you think about it. What's next for the champ?
I think if you're the UFC, and if you're Dana and Hunter and them, I think you do Izzy versus Dricus in Africa. I think if you're a MMA fan, you do Strickland versus du Plessis. And honestly, in my opinion, I don't know when Dricus wants to get back into the octagon or how soon or whatever. But Brendan Allen, as you guys know, or if you guys don't, Marvin Vettori just pulled out of the fight with Brendan Allen. So, I mean, a fight that I would love to see is Brendan Allen get a championship opportunity. I know it's throwing him into the fire, but as you mentioned, Lou, we have a guy in the number 10 spot in the flyweight division getting a title shot. I would love to see Brendan Allen get a title shot.
To that point, I will say this. I see why they did it, because, I mean, Pantoja's pretty much wiped out that division.
Yeah.
But, I mean Dricus, well, I'll let you finish your point, but just to backpack that, it's not the most unexpected and crazy thing ever, because Pantoja has beat most of those guys in the top 10.
No, yeah. No, that's definitely true. I think the only guy he hasn't fought has been Nicolau.
It's been a couple. He hasn't fought. Yeah, it's been a couple, man. Like 2 or 3 guys. But other than that, he's beat guys multiple times. I mean, Royval he beat 3 times.
Royval 3 times. Moreno twice.
Or Moreno 3 times. Excuse me.
Moreno 3 times. Royval twice. I mean, we probably got that mixed, but
either or.
I mean, at least in terms of, for me, I would love to see Brendan Allen get a title shot and give him the purple shorts when he does it.
That would be fire.
That would be so sick. But yeah, man. I mean, honestly, as I said, pretty much to finish that point, I wouldn't be mad at seeing either of those fights: Izzy versus Dricus, Sean versus Dricus, or Brendan Allen versus Dricus. Or I mean, the middleweight division is a very fun division. There's a lot of Marvin Vettori's in there. I would love to see Vettori get a title shot. The current reigning and defending middleweight champ of the Universe Mode, Marvin Vettori. But yeah, man, it's a fun division, and they're big boys, and you know, we always love to see them big boys fight. So yeah, Lou, what was the other point you had? And then we'll pretty much wrap up the video up, man.
What's your prediction for tonight's main event? Tuivasa versus Tabora.
That is gonna be a good one. That is gonna be a good one. I obviously I'm never gonna vote against Bam Bam. I choose Bam Bam all day. Shui Tuivasa. If he wins tonight, I'm literally doing a Shui in the bowling alley. I don't give a crap. But
Savage.
But yeah, man, I hope Tuivasa wins that. I really want to see him get back on the horse and you know, make a run for this heavyweight division, man. I would love to see him fight someone like De Lima, you know, which, you know, he just came off a big win. I think that would put him, if he gets through Tabora tonight, fights a guy like De Lima or a guy like because he definitely needs a few wins. He needs a few wins to get back into, you know, contention pictures. Or definitely to get back into title contention, he needs a few wins, and he's gonna have to fight some tough guys, man. But yeah, I will never count out Tuivasa. He's coming off of a surgery that he just got done. I believe to his, might have been either his ACL or MCL. It was to his knee. He got some.
I think it was meniscus.
Meniscus. He got some meniscus taken out or whatever. So hopefully, you know, he's gonna come back stronger than ever. You know, and hopefully he boxes the bloody head off Tabora tonight, man.
The banger from Western Sydney. FTA.
But yeah, man, that pretty much wraps it up. If you guys enjoy, you know, enjoy videos like this, enjoy content like this, you let us know, man. Maybe me and Hunter Lu will start up a little podcast. I definitely plan to get some UFC fighters involved with our stuff. You know, I would love to do some interviews. I know Hunter Lu would love to do some interviews as well. And yeah, man, I mean, that's if you guys like this kind of content, you let us know in the comments. You let us know in the DMs, whatever the case may be. You let us know. We'll get a podcast up if you guys want that. And yeah, man, this has pretty much been the video for today, and we appreciate the love. We appreciate the support. Make sure you guys watch the UFC Fight Night event tonight. Tuivasa versus Tabora. And make sure you guys tune into the Universe Mode. Make sure you guys follow us on all of our socials. And also tune into the MFL. Tune into the MFL. You know, me and Hunter Lu are the official commentators of the MFL, along with B3 Denoa. So shout out to B3 Denoa. Shout out to everybody at the MFL. Trey, Kyle, all you guys. You guys are awesome. And yeah, man, make sure you guys go check the MFL out. This has been YoBroKO, man, and we out. Peace.